Hello everyone. Today we shall begin the second unit, that is counting. So counting means what in general? Keeping an account of the number of objects. Counting refers to how many, usually how many means what? Counts. How many number of objects are there. So in the counting, basics of counting we have to study. That is rule of sum and rule of product. What are these? First one, rule of sum. See, for example, let us consider a task to be performed in m number of ways. Okay, and another task is performed in n number of ways. Then the task can be performed, both the tasks can be performed in m plus n number of ways simultaneously. Okay, so one task is performed in m ways and one task is performed in n ways. Then both the tasks can be performed simultaneously in m plus n number of ways. That is represented like this. For example, m is 3 and n is 4. Then m plus n is 7. That looks like this. So this is m plus n and this is m, this is n, where m is 3 and n is 4. Okay, so this is how it is represented about the concept. Now let us consider one example. For example, BCA admission. If a student wants to take admission for BCA, what that student will do? First, that student will search for BCA colleges. For example, Gadag. In Gadag, how many BCA colleges are there? 4. And in Hubli, okay, so if there are 5 BCA colleges, then we can consider this as m and this as n. So now, in how many ways a student can choose one BCA college? So a student is having 4 options in Gadag and the same student is having 5 options in Hubli. Totally how many options are there? 9 options. Means there are totally 9 colleges. Among 9, he can choose only one college. So what will be the answer? A student can choose a BCA college in Gadag in m ways, that is equal to 4. Similarly, a student can choose a BCA college in Hubli in n ways, that is equal to 5. Then totally a student can choose a BCA college from Gadag and Hubli is equal to 4 plus 5, that is 9 ways. So this is what the rule of sum. The next one, rule of product. So rule of product means what? As usual, a task can be performed in m ways and another task is performed in n ways. Okay, both the tasks can be performed together in m into n number of ways. See here, the difference between rule of sum and rule of product is nothing but there also both the tasks are performed simultaneously. Here both the tasks are performed together. So that is the only difference. There simultaneously, here together. So together in m into n ways. For example, here m is 3 and n is 4. Both can be performed in m into n ways. That is 3 into 4, 12 ways. See here, 4, 4, 4. So m into n ways. Now let us consider one example. See, if there are 3 male competitors A, B, C and 4 female competitors, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All these 7 competitors, they are auditioning for a drama, for a leading role of male and female. Then, in how many ways a pair can be selected? Okay. So, in how many they can be selected? See, in generally, A with 1, A with 2, A with 3, A with 4. 4 couples. Similarly, B with 1, B with 2, B with 3, B with 4. That means M into N ways. That is, male candidates 3, female candidates 4. So, a pair can be selected in M into N ways. That is 12 ways. Means out of 7 competitors, we are getting how many pairs? 12 pairs. Now the next concept is pigeonhole principle. So what is this pigeonhole principle? Pigeon is what? It is a bird, right? So pigeon is a bird. Every bird needs a nest. Okay. So pigeon, its nest. Pigeon, its nest. Now think that there are 2 pigeons and there is only one nest. Then both the pigeons can occupy only one nest. Now, if there are 3 pigeons, okay, and 2 nests, in that case, what may happen? All 3 pigeons can occupy the only one nest, and the nest can be empty, or 2 pigeons in one nest and 1 pigeon in another nest. Okay, this is how they occupy the nests. So this nest is nothing but the pigeonhole. This nest is nothing but the pigeonhole. Now what is this pigeonhole principle? If there are m number of pigeons and n number of pigeonholes and m is greater than n. Okay, that means number of pigeons are more compared to the number of pigeonholes. That in that case, one pigeonhole can occupy p plus 1 or more than that number of pigeons, where p is equal to m minus 1 divided by n. So this is what the assumption what we make. But actually, coming to the principle, according to the assumption, we assume that p plus 1 or more than p plus 1 pigeons occupy the pigeonholes. But as per the principle, it is p or less than p. That means number of pigeons is less than or equal to n into p. That is equal to what? N into what is p? P is nothing but m minus 1 divided by n. So here n get cancelled, that is equal to m minus 1. That means m minus 1 number of pigeons will be there in one pigeonhole. So this is called as generalization. Generalization of the pigeonhole principle. So this is as per the assumption number of pigeons, and this is as per the principle. So here, as per the assumption, we are getting these many number of pigeons. As per the principle, we are getting these many number of pigeons. So here, assumption is wrong and principle is right. Okay. So based on this, we are having one example. So let us consider the example. Prove that if 30 dictionaries, see, there are 30 dictionaries in a library contain a total of 61,327 pages. 61,327 pages. Okay. Then at least one of the dictionaries must have at least 2045 pages. 2045 45 pages. So what is the question here? There are totally 30 dictionaries in the library. The total number of pages is 61,327. That means each dictionary must have at least 2045 pages. So as per the formula, considering this one, what is our formula? P is equal to M minus 1 divided by N. So what is M here? 61,327 minus 1 divided by N is 2045. 61,326 divided by 2045. This is equal to 2044.2. So it is 2044 pages. This is as per the Vision Board. They have given it 2045 and it is 2044. So if we consider this one, okay, so it is in between 2044 and 45. So this is as per the pigeonhole principle.